So,
and 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. That's an incredibly impressive stat in itself.
Brian Hoyer at quarterback. He's a redshirt freshman out of North Olmsted, Ohio. Good second effort by Ringer. Stayed on his feet, but he had stepped out of bounds near the 3-yard line. Make it near the 2-yard line. And so Michigan State will have a 1st and goal coming up.
Boy, whoever they have running the ball, they are all strong, good runners. I've been impressed with this true freshman right here, Javon Ringer. Yet Colcrick is only a sophomore. Jason Teague, of course, the senior, but 2 young backs
that they can rely on. And, you know, different styles, too.
Very much so.
Colcrick a power back and Ringer the speed, the explosion back. 1st and goal to go. Ringer made a hesitation move there and ran smack dab into the middle of Derek Walker.
You want to run the ball predominantly in your offense. You generally pass it first, and that loosens things up. But Michigan State, when they run it, they are so successful.
2nd down and goal to go out near the 4. And Colcrick gets the call. Didn't get very far. Pickup of maybe a yard at most as we wind down this 3rd quarter play. It's been a long day for the orange and blue, but for the green and white, it has been a celebration. Great hits, the emotion of opening day in the Big Ten here today. Another touchdown for Michigan State. Hoyer on the pass to Dwayne Holmes, and it's the 2nd touchdown of the day for Holmes. So Brian Hoyer getting his opportunity, and so is that 3rd string tight end, Dwayne Holmes.
Well, when you got a system that's working like it is, it's hard to tell your 2nd, 3rd string guys to lighten up. You just call your plays, and they want to get out there and execute. And that was a nice drive that Michigan State put together with their backups in there.
7 minutes off the clock. Well, it's time to start talking about.
Already distorted, so much less likely to call interference.
Hoyer at quarterback. J.U. Colcrick. A late start, and Jay Lehman roped him down. Well, down to the
national team because people loved how we played, and we just, you know, Darren Williams, just so unselfish, Luther Head, all great seniors.
Your 2 signatures.
He'd have D back. Obviously, I want the best for him, and but you know, we got him back. You got a great leader, great charisma, and a very good player. And then Augustine wanted a better big guys, and we just got to figure out who else can play with them.
A roll, and here's a look at the overall record. They lost to Ohio State the last weekend, the last day of Big Ten play at Ohio State, and then lost to UNC in the NCAA title game.
You know, Coach Weber talked about how last year they had such great focus, and got to be one of the most challenging things that faces him this year. How does he keep his team focused after the success of last year? You got some of those key players back, some of them gone. How do you keep that team focused and motivated the way he did for the entire basketball season? Because that can be a long season.
No question. And you've got, as he mentioned, you have new players. It's a new team. Basically, you've lost a couple of key components of that team and what made it go last year, but you do have the engine back. You have the guy who makes it happen, and that's D. Brown, so you have a chance. There's no question.
And the kind of leader that D. Brown is, he can bring those new players under the system that he wants, and that's Bruce Weber's system.
2nd down, and still long for Michigan State in this particular series. They haven't had many 2nd and 16s here today. Jason Teague getting a workout. And we head back to Mike Gleason, who's in that game against Wisconsin. So they're hoping for better things against their arch rivals from North Carolina State.
Yeah, boy, they did play a very good game. Open receivers, quarterback couldn't hit him. When he did hit him, they dropped the ball, and as you said, just a boatload of penalties.
3rd down for Hoyer and company. On the move, tough pass there. Nice catch made. Oh, my goodness. That was a pretty catch by Terry Love, the sophomore from Bellwood, Illinois, Proviso East High School up in the Chicago area.
Boy, tough catch, as you said. A good pass right where it had to be, but Terry Love goes down and makes that catch, and that was outstanding.
Gain of 8 yards.
Michigan State, boy, they've got it together offensively. There's no doubt about that. Most impressed with their offense, and their defense today has played well.
Well, their defense has played well, and they've got some pressure on the quarterback, and that's something that's been lacking all season is pressures on the quarterback. They came in with no sacks among their defensive line. And when you can get pressure with your 4 defensive linemen, then you can stay back and do what you want to do in your secondary, and I think that's been the difference today.
They are nearing 600 yards of total offense. 586 is where they're at right now after that run by Teague. Second down coming up. Michigan State came in ranked number 17. They'll move up some this week as they get set for Michigan. Michigan later this afternoon plays at Wisconsin. Hoyer getting blitzed, and a late throw incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver Carl Grimes.
Intended for number 4, Carl Grimes.
Let's take a look at our Outback Steakhouse outstanding back of the game, number 39, Javon Ringer. What a day he has had.
Boy, career high, just a true freshman. Hadn't had a lot of opportunities, but I'm impressed with how strong he runs. He's a game breaker. You know he's got the speed, but 195 pounds, and he's a strong runner for as young as he is.
You know what? You look down on the field, Randy, he doesn't look like he's 5'9". He looks like he's a little taller than that.
I agree.
It's the way he plays, obviously. Grimes, the man in motion. Hoyer to our back of the game. Shake a couple of defenders. Ringer down to the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, off the football, there's some extra.
Line is opening up some huge holes, and he's had a lot of them to run through today.
Hoyer, pump fake left, goes the other way. Got a man wide open. Kerry Reed, touchdown. It is all clicking today for the Spartan offense. 30-yard touchdown pass to Kerry Reed, the junior college transfer.
Well, the few fans that are left here in the stands don't appreciate that call when you're ahead 52-7 to be throwing the ball deep. Illinois blew a coverage. Nobody was out there on Kerry Reed, and it was something that Howard saw. Makes a quick pump. Nobody out there. Then he throws a nice pass and lets Reed run underneath.
And that is today's All-State good hands play of the game. Kerry Reed signed late, right before the fall camp began. Far from that one, Mike. I don't think that's a long way from being over. Rumble going on up there in that Metrodome. Here we go. Ringer to the outside. Goodness, he made something out of nothing.
I think running with the Bulls in Spain and completing the Marines basic training. What's next? What's for next summer, Wayne? Bungee jumping in Australia?
I don't know. You know, he got to do something. Some balance to his life, you know what I mean? Football and
few priorities.
Yes, sir. First down, the short drop, nice throw. There's Kerry Reed, the junior college transfer. He was wide open under. Like some early movement back and forth there, and you're right. Tell you what, that kid he can beat you just as easily with his feet as he can with his arm.
Well, I think it may be easier to beat you with his feet than with his arm, but Penn State has left him at quarterback this year. They don't have him playing a number of different positions, and he's been able to focus.
4 receivers set, 1 running back. Nice run right here, slicing through the.
Only 3 in the second half. So State defenses playing better up at Northwestern.
Nothing there. And it's homecoming up there. That's a good homecoming to bring your alums back for that kind of a game. Once again, the running back.
And that's going to be an interesting one, and will set the pace a little bit for one of the preseason favorites in Michigan and one of the question marks in Wisconsin. What do you like in that game?
I tell you what, I like Michigan. I think they're just a little apparently turning the tables on the Hawkeyes.
Buckeyes returning, and I was impressed with Ohio State, even though they
will not be in the best of moods when we get there next week.
They've got to be questioning themselves a little bit. 2 losses still in the month of September, much more than they thought they'd have at this.
You should say Iowa State was earlier this year. 3rd down for Michigan State. going to get to the
offense as well as Michigan State is right now. That's really going to be a tough challenge for him.
We saw Michigan against a spread offense, Eastern Michigan last week, but Eastern Michigan really didn't compete. Through the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete.